Now students, we will discuss about the expenditure. What is the expenditure? Expenditure means खर्च करना. Any disbursement of cash for transfer of the property or incurring a liability for the purpose of acquiring assets, goods or the services is called the expenditure. Okay. Suppose you are going to purchase any type of the assets. For that you have to pay something for to the vendor, and you are suppose you are going to pay some liabilities, like you are going to pay wages, salary or the any type of the compensation claim, like the maybe the liabilities, or you are going to acquire some assets, maybe the assets maybe the fixed assets. Okay. Or the goods that you are in the dealing with that goods. The goods may be the your raw material, or the services is called the expenditure. Whatever you are going to pay or you are going to get from on the exchange of the money, and the expense, your expenses is the term as the expenditure in the general sense. But the expenditure are also can be classified into the three categories. So expenditure may be classified into the three categories: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure and the deferred revenue expenditure. So we will discuss one by one. So what is the capital expenditure? Any expenditure, okay, any expenditure which is incurred in acquiring or increasing the value of assets is the capital expenditure. ठीक है, यानी कि जो भी आप कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर उसको बोलेंगे एनीथिंग यू आर गोइंग टू परचेज फॉर द फॉर द for the purpose of increasing the value of assets. Assets may be the you are going to purchase land, you are going to purchase the building, you are going to purchase machinery, and you have purchased, but you are going to expense. Those types of the expense are that the expenditure is very necessary for the enhancement of the life of that type of the assets. Suppose बिल्डिंग है, बिल्डिंग में अगर कोई आपने कोई एसेट्स है, फिक्स एसेट्स है, और बिल्डिंग पे आपने कुछ और खर्चे कर दिए उसके रिनोवेशन में, उसकी जिससे उसकी लाइफ बढ़ जाती है, उसकी इंक्रीज द लाइफ. कोई कंप्यूटर है या फिर कोई मशीनरी है, उस मशीन को परचेज तो आपने कर लिया, लेकिन अगर उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है या फिर कोई आपने मेजर रिपेयर कराया जिससे उसकी लाइफ एक्सटेंड हो गई है, तो उस टाइप ऑफ के एक्सपेंसेस को हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. और द यू कैन से द एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन प्लांट बिल्डिंग मशीनरी इज नोन एज द कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर आर द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट for the any type of the expenditure, because these type of the expenditure are done to increase the value of the assets. Or okay, so now we will discuss the revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure means the full benefit of which is received during the one accounting year is termed as the revenue expenditure. In accounting term अगर हम बात करें, अगर आप कोई accounting जो term जो हम लोग की accounting जो period होते हैं वो कैसे कब से start होते हैं? 1 अप्रैल से 31 मार्च तक. उस पीरियड में जो भी हमने सैलरी पे किया, रेंट पे किया, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पे किया, चार्जेस जो भी हमने एक्सपेंडिचर किया फॉर इनकरिंग द प्रॉफिट. सपोज without paying salary, no one desired to work with you. Without paying electricity, you cannot use the electricity for your office. Without paying rent, you cannot run your shop. So these types of the expenses are uh, very important for the purpose of running or operating the business organization. So these types of the expenditure are called the revenue expenditure, students. So now the third one is the deferred revenue expenditure. So these types of the expenditure are also very important, and this is these are also look like the revenue expenditure, but the benefit of the which is likely to be derived over the number of the year. The certain expenditure may be the huge expenses on the advertisement. Such an expenditure is termed as the deferred revenue expenditure. The benefit of the such expenditure generally lasts between 3 to 7 years. Suppose you pay a huge amount on the advertisement, but the profit of the on those heads you will get from 3 to 5 year over the long period of time. So these types of the expenditure is termed as the deferred revenue expenditure. Okay. So this was the topic of the expenditure we have discussed here. So if you have any doubt regarding these types of in this topic, so you can contact me. So now we will discuss the other term.